So in part one, I removed the head, the intake, the exhaust, everything. I removed it in part one of this little 3-part series. Part two is just going to be cleaning it. So it's going to be somewhat of a short vid. I think the first one was like 15 minutes. I'm sure this one will be, I don't know, like 5 or something. But I'm just going to clean the shit out of the head, clean the block, and go for the install. Here's a little before I clean it. The valves are a little white, which means it's been ran hot or lean, which in this case I know I overheated the shit out of this head, so it's probably just because it ran really hot. But it didn't lose compression or nothing. Like I didn't burn any valves. It should be fine. I think it's just because it overheated pretty bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean it up and install it. There's a little bit of gunk behind here. Yeah, I'm gonna just do the best I can. I'm not gonna get this thing perfect, but just do the best I can. So I've been using a brake clean and just a little piece of the Scotch-Brite and just like kind of going over it by hand. But I think I'm actually gonna go. I think I'm gonna go pick up some Purple Power. I think that's my favorite stuff to use to like clean blocks and heads is Purple Power. Just pick it up at your local parts store, and it works really good to just like spray it down, let it sit and kind of marinate, and it really eats up all the carbon and all the crap, and it'll basically just like melt away. So on my lunch break, I'm gonna go grab some Purple Power, let this thing soak, and just clean it up as best I can. So this is what I typically get, like the regular Purple Power, but now they have Purple Power Extreme Power. I've actually seen this before. It's kind of funny. I think it's like the same price, or no, it's like $2 more. Do I spend the $2? Nah. Okay, so this is gonna be like another before and after. This one I cleaned with brake clean and a little piece of Scotch-Brite. I didn't even touch these bottom 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it down with some Purple Power, let it soak for a little bit, and scrub it with some, where are they at? I got some wire brushes. I got a set of wire brushes like nylon, steel, and brass. You know, kind of softer, harder, and even harder. I thought brass was softer than steel. Alright, sorry, kind of got interrupted. So I'm just gonna let this soak for a second. You're actually not supposed to let this sit on aluminum for a really long period of time because it's so strong and corrosive. It'll like eat the aluminum. And I have seen it where like something sits in this stuff and like it gets all pitted. So it's very potent stuff. So while this is gonna be sitting, I'm gonna give my other channel a little plug real quick. GreaseMonkeyRepairs. That's where I'm trying to post like a bunch of like tips and just helpful information to actually fix cars and not just modify them. And right now I'm working on a Toyota Sequoia that's got a leaky airbag, and an easy way to find leaks is just with soapy water. That's all you need. Check this out. It's easy as this to find the leak. So here's the driver's side airbag. Easy as that. You can definitely see the bag is like fractured. Very, very small cracks to where it just creates a slow leak. It still inflates, but it's just it's a slow leak, and it's an issue. So yeah, if you don't mind, go over to GreaseMonkeyRepairs, subscribe, and support the channel. Damn, this stuff is like melting off already. Alright, so I just kind of went over it like really quick with the brass brush. I'm not done. I probably spent about 2 minutes scrubbing it, and hopefully we should see all this crap just dissolve away. Yeah, it's all coming off for the most part. And that was, I just hit it really quick with a brush. And I love this stuff. It works so good. You can actually see the aluminum now in the chambers. Hell yeah, looking good, looking good. This is just brake clean. Just rinsing off the purple power with some brake clean. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this a couple more times and it should be pretty fresh. So I've got the head pretty much good enough. You know, there's some little stains here and there, but basically as long as you can't feel anything, like nothing catches your nail, it's pretty much good. As you can see, the chambers are all pretty clean. It's not perfect, but good enough. That's pretty much what I'm about, is just being good enough. And as far as being warped, this is the closest thing to a flat edge I could find, or a straight edge. And all you do is you just kind of set it down, and you get a flashlight and you shine it from behind, and you check to see if any light comes through the bottom. So you know, you can do it like this, here, and then diagonal, and basically just check for light coming from underneath your straight edge. And it's gotta be really flush against the head, and I didn't see any light coming through, so I'm gonna assume that my head is not warped. I should be good to just throw in a gasket, coat it with some, where's it at? I had some copper spray somewhere. Oh, here it is. Just gonna use Permatex copper spray gasket. So that's the plan. So I was kind of thinking I'd take my time on this head gasket. I was like, man, if I wait like another week, I could get some head studs and kind of do it a little bit more legit than just, you know, slapping on a Felpro and stock head bolts, or like stock replacement style head bolts. But the car gods are not with me today, because on the way to work the transmission decided to go out of my CRV. Yeah, the CRV transmission pretty much took a dump. It's flaring between gears. It brake stalls for like $3 grand, and it's whining really loud. I checked the fluid. Fluid is it's got fluid, you know, at the right level. It's clean, but it's just acting all kinds of fucking weird. So I just went ahead and cleaned up the block just real quick. I need to get this car together ASAP, and yeah, because I'm gonna probably have to drive this to work while I figure something out with the CRV. I might actually use this time to, I've been wanting to convert this thing to all-wheel drive, because it's just front-wheel drive. So I think I'm gonna go to a junkyard and try to find an all-wheel drive trans, swap it out, and then from there go do the drive shaft, get the rear diff, the axles, and everything I need from the junkyard to convert this thing. This is kind of like an excuse to go ahead and do that on that, so should be pretty cool. And then I was thinking to lift it a couple inches and put some like maybe some 31s, or what do they do on this, like 215 75 15s or some shit like that. I don't know, I kind of want to lift it and do some stupid stuff to it, but in the meantime I need to get this thing running as soon as possible. So I might just call this video a wrap right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to release the wheel video, but I did get tires for the VMS 15x8s. I got Toyo R888Rs, 225, 45, 15. I'm sorry, I've been kind of repeating myself a lot lately because I'm kind of making two videos at once. I might throw a quick clip into that. Appreciate it. As of right now, I have the mounted and balanced, but I haven't test fitted onto the car, because I promised in the video that I'm going to mount the wheel and tire to the car so you can get a look, see how far they stick out. A lot of people ask questions like how much they clear the brakes, because a lot of people actually run like big brake kits, and what's a big issue is how much room there is between, you know, the back of the wheel and the caliper. So I'm going to show all that in my next video. It's like 75% done. Maybe I could just throw the wheels on here tomorrow, just to kind of, you know, get an ending to that video. So yeah, thanks for watching.